Listen up, what I'm about to share isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. It's a legitimate business model that smart people are using right now to build six-figure incomes. And they're doing it all by themselves. There's a specific type of business that's creating financial freedom for everyday people in 2025. You don't need an office or employees. All you need is a laptop, a Wi-Fi, and just a few contractors. And some of these solopreneurs are making $20,000 to $100,000 per month. That is life-changing money that most corporate jobs will never provide. I've studied dozens of these businesses, and today I'm breaking down exactly how they work, why they're booming right now, and most importantly, how you can start one yourself, even if you're starting from scratch. Even if you don't think you have any special skills, even if you've tried and failed at other business models before. And by the way, since we've probably never met before, this comes from a guy who's been able to make upwards of $2,000 a day online, most of it being profit. The secret is high-ticket services combined with extremely low overhead. This is the golden combination that changes everything. When you charge premium prices but keep your costs minimal, you create massive profit margins that traditional businesses can only dream about. We're talking 70, even 95% profit margins right off the bat. So what exactly are these businesses? They typically fall into three categories: coaching, consulting, or done-for-you services. And here's what makes them so powerful. In 2025, you don't need to be an expert at everything. You just need to be the strategist, the vision holder, the person who connects the dots. Think about it this way. Most businesses require massive upfront costs. There's office space, employees, inventory, and equipment. A typical small business might need $50,000 to $100,000 just to open their doors. But with this model, you can launch with basically just a laptop and an internet connection. Your biggest investment is your knowledge and your ability to help others solve problems. You could literally start tomorrow with less than $1,000. What's really beautiful about this model is the freedom it creates. Since you're not tied to a physical location or dependent on in-house staff, you can run these businesses from anywhere with a decent internet connection. The beach in Bali? A mountain cabin, your living room couch, it doesn't matter. The business follows you. Now, unfortunately, there are some things we're not allowed to share on YouTube, which is why to help you, I've recorded a free training to show you how I went from zero to over $1,200 a day with 95% profit margins. The link is in the description and I highly suggest you check it out when you're done with this video. You can also book a free call with me or my team, and together, we'll come up with a game plan for you to get to 5 to 10K per month as quickly as possible. But be quick, because we literally get hundreds of applications per month, so we don't have enough spots for everyone. Now, let's talk about which specific types of businesses work best with this model. First, there's typically business coaching. Now, this is huge right now, especially for people who help agency owners, content creators, or other consultants to grow their operations. If you understand how to get results in a particular business area, there are people willing to pay good money for your guidance. For example, I know someone who exclusively helps real estate agents set up social media systems. Another person focuses solely on helping e-commerce store owners improve their conversion rates. The more specific your expertise, the easier it is to stand out and command premium prices. Now, health and fitness coaching is another massive opportunity, but you need to niche down. Specialize the knowledge about hormone health, gut optimization, or strength training for people over 40. That is where the real money is. People are desperate for solutions to specific health challenges, and they will pay top dollar if you can help them to get results. Think about it. Someone who struggled with gut issues for years and hasn't found solutions through conventional medicine might happily pay $5,000 for a customized protocol that finally gives them relief. That's the power of solving specific problems. Relationship coaching continues to boom. Whether it's dating advice, marriage counseling, or divorce recovery, people will always invest in their relationships, and if you can help them navigate these emotional waters, they will happily pay you for it. I know coaches charging $8,000 for 6-month programs helping people find partners, and they're fully booked months in advance. Done-for-you services are absolutely killing it right now. This includes building sales funnels, managing ad campaigns, setting up automations, or creating brand identities. Businesses need these services, but don't want to hire full-time specialists. That's where you come in. The beauty of these services is that you can often charge monthly retainers, creating predictable recurring income. For instance, managing Google or Facebook ads for local businesses can easily command $2,000 to $5,000 per month per customer. Set up 5 of these arrangements, and you've got a $25,000 per month business without needing dozens of customers. Career and job placement services round out the list. There's LinkedIn optimization, resume preparation, interview coaching. With today's constantly changing job market, people are desperate for an edge in their career search. This niche works especially well if you have insights into specific industries or have hiring experience yourself. Now, let's clear something up. When I say a one-person business, I don't mean you literally have to do everything yourself. That would be insane and completely defeat the purpose of building a freedom-based business. What I mean is, you're the only full-time person. You're the boss, the visionary, the strategist, but you leverage contractors or automations for specific tasks. So for example, these might include virtual assistants who handle your admin work and lead generation. Good VAs can be found for $15 to $25 per hour and can handle everything from email management to basic client communication. Designers who create your branding and website, they're crucial for that professional first impression. Then there's media editors who polish your videos or podcasts, helping you build authority in your space. There's copywriters who craft your sales messages, often paying for themselves many times over because they help you improve your conversion rates. The key is that you only pay for what you need when you need it. You don't have to pay full-time salaries, no benefits packages, none of that overhead. If you need a designer for 10 hours this month, but 0 hours next month, that is exactly what you pay for. This flexibility keeps your costs low while still delivering professional results to your customers. Your tech stack is super simple too. You can use Calendly for scheduling meetings, Stripe for payments, Notion for organizations, and Zoom for client calls, and platforms like Kajabi, Skoll, or Gumroad to deliver your services. That's it. You don't need a complicated infrastructure. Most of these tools have free tiers to start, and even their paid versions typically cost less than a few $100 per month combined. Here's where most people get it wrong. They try to compete on price, offering cheap services to attract more customers. That is a big mistake. The smart play is going high ticket, charging anywhere from $3,000 to over $10,000 for your packages. This approach changes everything. When you charge premium prices, you need fewer sales to hit your income goals. Sell one $10,000 package and you've made what someone else makes selling $2,500 packages. Which is easier, finding one perfect client, finding one customer versus 20 customers? I think the answer is obvious. Plus, high-ticket customers are more invested. When someone pays you $10,000, they take the work seriously and actually implement what you tell them. They respect your time, follow your process, and generally cause fewer headaches than budget clients who are trying to squeeze every minute possible out of you. And of course, charging premium prices means you can afford to hire great contractors while still keeping solid profit margins. You can deliver a white glove experience without working yourself to death. That is the definition of leverage. So how do you actually build this type of business? Here is the simple framework I've seen work time and time again. First, pick a niche. This means deciding who specifically you help and what specific problem you solve for them. The more targeted, the better. For example, I help female entrepreneurs over 40 launch their first podcast is infinitely better than simply I help businesses with marketing. The riches are in the niches, as they say. When you speak directly to a specific group's problem, they feel like you're reading their minds. Think about your existing skills, experiences, and connections. What problems have you solved for yourself or others? Where do people already come to you for advice? These questions can point you toward your natural niche. Second, design an irresistible offer. This could be coaching, a service package, or some hybrid approach. The key is that it delivers obvious, significant value that's worth far more than what you're charging. Your offer should address a specific pain point, a clear outcome, and include a process that makes sense to potential customers. For example, instead of just offering fitness coaching, you might create a 90-day metabolism reset for working moms with a specific protocol, accountability structure, and promised outcomes. The more concrete, the better. Third, set up a lean backend. This means creating the basic systems and automations that allow you to operate efficiently, plus assembling your remote team of contractors. You don't need everything perfect from day one, but you do need basic client onboarding, delivery, and communication systems. Start with templates for everything: client questionnaires, welcome packets, reporting documents. Create standard operating procedures for tasks you'll eventually delegate. Set up basic automations for things like appointment reminders and follow-ups. These systems will save you countless hours and help deliver a consistent client experience. Fourth, acquire clients. You can do this through inbound methods like content creation or outbound approaches like direct messages and emails. In 2025, there's no excuse not to be leveraging AI to amplify your outreach efforts. Tools like ChatGPT can help you create personalized outreach at scale, turning what used to be a full-time job into a couple of hours of work each week. Remember, with high-ticket offers, You don't need many customers. Even 5 to 10 customers can create a 6-figure business. This means that you can be incredibly targeted in your outreach, focusing on perfect fit prospects rather than casting a wide net. Finally, deliver with systems. You manage the process, but your team executes many of the tasks. This gives you leverage and prevents burnout. The goal is to gradually reduce your personal involvement in delivery while maintaining or even improving quality. This might mean creating training videos rather than giving the same explanation repeatedly, or building out a decision tree that your VA can follow to handle common client scenarios. The goal is to make yourself progressively less necessary to the day-to-day operations. Now you're probably wondering how exactly to get clients in today's environment. Content marketing remains incredibly powerful, whether that's YouTube, TikTok, or Twitter, or even Instagram. The key is consistency and specificity. It's better to create content for a narrow audience that addresses their specific problems than trying to appeal to everyone. Building an email list with a valuable lead magnet is another proven approach. Create a free resource that solves a small version of the problem your paid offer addresses. Use that to collect emails, then nurture those relationships with regular, valuable communication. When it comes time to offer your services, you're not a stranger, but a trusted advisor. Cold outreach still works when you have a sharp, value-driven pitch. The key here is research and personalization. Generic templates get ignored. Messages that show you've done your homework and understand the prospect's specific situation get responses. And of course, referrals and testimonials become your best sales tool once you've helped a few clients get results. Make collecting and sharing these wins a systematic part of your business. Consider offering incentives for referrals, perhaps a discount on future services, or even direct compensation. Let me share a quick case study to make this concrete. I know a guy who was stuck in a soul-crushing 9-to-5 job, making $70,000 a year. He started a side hustle, helping dentists with their Google ads. Within 8 months, he quit his job because he was consistently making $30,000 per month with just 6 clients. Today, he works about 25 hours a week and has complete location freedom. So how did he do it? He didn't try to serve all types of businesses. He didn't even try to serve all healthcare providers. He focused exclusively on dentists, learned their specific marketing challenges, and created a package that addressed exactly what they needed. He charged $5,000 per month, a fee that seemed high to him at first, but was actually a no-brainer for practices that could gain dozens of new patients from his work. Another woman I know specializes in hormone health coaching for women over 35. She charges $8,000 for a 6-month program and works with just 15 clients at a time. That's $120,000 every 6 months, and she delivers most of the content through pre-recorded trainings, spending only about 5 hours per week on actual client calls. Her secret? She doesn't promise vague outcomes like better health. She promises specific, measurable improvements to energy levels, sleep quality, weight management, and mood stability, all backed by optional lab testing that shows real hormonal improvements. Her clients get actual results they can feel and measure, making her price seem like an absolute bargain compared to years of suffering. Now, unfortunately, there are some things we're not allowed to share on YouTube, which is why to help you, I've recorded a free training to show you how I went from zero to over $1,200 a day with 95% profit margins. The link is in the description, and I highly suggest you check it out when you're done with this video. You can also book a free call with me or my team, and together, we'll come up with a game plan for you to get to 5 to 10K per month as quickly as possible. But be quick, because we literally get hundreds of applications per month, so we don't have enough spots for everyone. So what is your roadmap from zero to your first $10,000 a month? It's actually quite straightforward. Niche down to a specific audience and problem. Build a compelling offer that solves that problem. Establish some authority in that space through content or case studies. Start active outreach to potential clients. And then close your first 1 or 2 high-ticket customers. Then you simply repeat this process, systemize your operations, hire contractors for tasks you don't need to do personally, and scale with more content or paid advertising. Each step builds on the previous one, creating momentum. The truth is, your first offer probably won't be perfect. Your first outreach attempts might not get responses. That's normal and part of the process. The key is to keep refining based on feedback and results. Ask your customers what they really want. Notice what parts of your service they value most and adjust accordingly. Here's what you need to understand. This business model is simple, but it's not easy. Just like with any business, it requires focus, systems, and grit. You will face rejections. You will make mistakes. You might even have some clients who are not happy with your work. That is all part of building a business. But if you stay consistent and keep refining your approach, the potential upside is enormous. Most people overcomplicate this process. They think they need fancy websites, elaborate funnels, and complex backend systems before they can start their business. That is completely backwards. You start simple and then you evolve from there. Start with the simplest version that works. One offer, one client acquisition channel, basic delivery systems. Get cash flowing and results happening. Then reinvest in improvements. The biggest mistake I see people make is waiting until they feel like an expert before they start. Listen, you don't need to be the world's foremost authority. You just need to be a few steps ahead of the people you're helping. Start with what you already know. The skills, knowledge, and experience you've already accumulated. And remember, you can always bring in specialists to fill the knowledge gaps. That is the best part of this contractor model. If your client needs something you can't personally deliver because you don't know how, you find the right person, pay them for their services, and manage the process. You become the connector. You connect buyers and consumers without having to know everything yourself. Spoiler alert, CEOs do that. This one-person business model is quietly creating financial freedom for ordinary people willing to take action. I'm talking about people who were previously stuck in jobs they hated, making little money with barely any control over their time. Now, they're making more money than ever while working fewer hours and calling all the shots. The opportunity is right in front of you. The tools are more accessible than ever. The knowledge is available to anyone willing to learn. The question is, will you be one of the people who takes action and builds a business that gives you both income and freedom? Or will you be watching from the sidelines, wondering what might have been? The choice is yours. But I can tell you this, I've never met anyone who regretted taking that leap. The worst case scenario is usually that you learn valuable skills and make some money. The best case scenario, you build a business that completely transforms your financial future and gives you the freedom to live life on your own terms. That, in my humble opinion, is a gamble worth taking.